is it about that recommendation that is so talismanic that it couldn't have been made prior to the attack in Benghazi?
I think the Department of State has practiced risk management from the day.
With the risk management being, we're going to weigh the risk of being somewhere with the benefits of being somewhere. We know the risk of being in Benghazi. Can you tell us what our policy was in Libya that overcame those risks? In other words, why were we there?
These questions, I think, have been fundamental to the department for over 30 years. It is the reason why in many places we have evacuated, or we have shut down operations, or we've taken our families out, or we've gone down to essential personnel only, or we've asked for Marines to come in and support us while we're there.
Right, and my point being, Mr. Secretary, none of that was done in Benghazi. So we know the risk in Benghazi. My colleagues and you and others have done a wonderful job of highlighting some of the tripwires, I think is the diplomatic term. What policy were we pursuing in Libya that was so great that it overcame all of the tripwires and all of the risks?
Not being here at the time, sir, I cannot answer that question for you. I do believe, personally, from my time at the United Nations, that many of us understood that if we lost the eastern half of Libya, that if we lost the confidence of the people after the revolution in Libya, that we were going to pay a terrible price. And I don't want to put words into Chris Stevens' mouth. I think he was an immensely talented diplomat, and I was not here at that time. But I think it was clear in Chris's mind why he needed to go to Benghazi and what he was trying to accomplish. I think today we have more formalized processes to make sure that those decisions are documented. The VP process makes us go through a process that I don't think was there prior to Benghazi. I think the results of the Accountability Review Board and the Best Practices Panel and the recommendations that we've accepted ensure that as we go forward, we've got a clearer, more precise, more mandated process for risk management. But I would tell you, sir, that every single day for the years that I was in the Department of State, we were weighing the safety and security of our personnel versus what our national security priorities were. And I think that's a fundamental tenet that you will find that everybody in the department agrees with.
Well, I appreciate you bringing the hearing towards its conclusion back to Chris Stevens and back to the other four who lost their lives. But Mr. Stevens was equally clear that he needed help. He was equally clear that the situation was getting worse in Benghazi. He was equally clear in asking the people who sent him there to represent us to provide adequate security, and none was forthcoming. With that, I would recognize the ranking member for his closing remarks.